Government cannot continue to spend millions of dollars on state media entities when the country's economy is at stake. This from Minister of Communication Maxi Coffey as he addressed the Association of Caribbean Media Workers' 8th Biennial General Assembly. Minister Coffey revealed the government, which owns 3 television stations, 4 radio stations and 3 cable stations, spent $90 million on state media in 2014 to keep its operations going. The ACMW General Assembly examined the future of state media in the Caribbean with country reports from 12 Caribbean member organizations. Marie Hall tells us more.
In an attempt to restore confidence in existing state media institutions, Minister of Communications Maxi Coffey says the new administration intends to ensure messages transmitted via state media airwaves are free from political interference. He says the previous administration spent some $90 million on state media in 2014 and questions whether or not government can afford this. Now, government owns 3 television stations, radio stations, and 3 cable stations. The minister says some consultation needs to take place.
In a contracting economy and with depressed energy prices, this appears untenable. We need to decide whether this is a good use of government resources. While each day people are crying for better roads, houses, drainage,
Minister Coffey challenges whether or not the money invested in state media equated to effective dissemination of information to the nation. This is how he says some of the monies was spent.
I challenge anyone to assert that after more than $90 million spent, they feel better informed, entertained, or even better prepared by state media to face the challenges we know are confronting us today. We spent $50 million for a project that said the government is working for you, the subventions to GISL, the subventions to CNMG, the Parliament broadcasting. It's a lot of money.
Noting that freedom of expression is a fundamental right, Minister Coffey says it is the intention of this government to ensure independent bodies have control over state media entities. He assures no final position on state media will be taken without consultations with stakeholders. Marie Hall, Cnews.
Meanwhile, Minister of Communications Maxi Coffey says the government has given the appointed Board of State Media full responsibility of state media companies when it comes to the management of staff. Minister Coffey says it is the new direction of the government to ensure that no media is stifled by politics.
I, as minister, I have not fired a single journalist or even hired a single journalist thus far. And so far, what we have been doing is allowing, in terms of the Ministry of Communication, we appointed an independent board to oversee state media, and they will make all decisions in relation